We are in the 16th day of the month of May.
Your confession are the days of your life, and you will see the hand of the Lord in your life.
If you reflect and you ponder around and ask yourself, so far so good, how far God have brought me. Today is Friday, and as you all know, we'll go just like this. Friday.
He can do it better for you.
Yes, God can do it.
More than you can think that He will ever do.
And can do it better for you. There's none other than God.
Do it better for you.
This is a song from Esther Amako.
Think that He will ever.
We started the day from Accra, from Star FM with 98 to 10, the rest of the team with the news, then sports, then the newspaper review.
Your confession all the days of your life, and you will see.
For now, it's right here in Kumasi. We're transmitting live from Denyami Kumasi, precisely at the Kofor Street, Ultimate 106.9. My name is Ronaldo Sepoko.
He has said it, and she.
From now till 10,
To your faith, your confession.
as we always do, we'll be having Mr. Dancer PJ right here at the studios of Ultimate.
In your life, He can do it. He can do it better for you. Come on.
Then later in the discussion, we'll be having Seth Asari.
He about it. He can do it better for you.
Presenting the MPP right here on Ultimate,
You can think that He will ever do.
and Evangelist Richard Parr of the NDC. But this morning, before we delve into what we've got to serve you, my message this morning.
When you stand against any trial, which shatters all your dreams and smiles, and your footsteps are fully crushed. Do not fear, for God is in control. He's alone. Is anything too hard for Him? He's the Lord. He has said it, and sure He will do. Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the days of your life, and you will see the hand of the Lord in your life. He can do it. He can do it better for you.
My message for you this morning is simple. When two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers.
Do it better for you. For you now, far more than you can think that He will ever do.
When two people struggle for power, the silent ones under them really gets the pain and the suffering out of whatever they are going through. Yes, when two elephants fight, it is not the elephants that bleed,
He can do it.
but in fact, it is the grass that suffers the most.
Far more than you can think that He will ever do. He about it. He can do it.
Every conflict for power, pride, and position, yes, may come, but when it happens, it is the grass that suffers the most. This morning, I'm speaking to our parents. Yes, you may be going through a lot. As a husband, as a wife, you may be pondering, did I really take the good decision in marrying this woman? Did I take a good decision in marrying this man? You may be at a juncture where you feel that it is better off I go Yes, the two of us must go our separate ways. Sometimes separation may be very important, but divorce. Because listen, you may think that your husband is as worse as you may know, or probably maybe your wife may be as worse. But leaving your wife for another woman, have you thought of what you're going to face out there? And listen, the children are the people to suffer the consequences of any divorce. So don't allow the children to suffer from just a simple argument that you could have settled, a score you could have dealt with, but because of power, because of pride, because of position, because of ego, you couldn't deal with it. And now, the consequences of a divorce, you may not know. That's what I'm saying. When two elephants fight, it is definitely the grass that will suffer. You may have the telepathy to handle everything that comes, you as a woman or you as a man, but have you thought of your children? And I pray the American, you know, say, "Oh, your mommy, oh, your papa." You made them call us one session woman. Awade a wote ho no ebia wo feel say enema nkoyi entinka wo bejai ba wadwene ho hu say wo jai a enkoda na wo jai wo mo no wo jai awade na kono. Have you thought of the consequences the children will face without a father, without a mother? God knows why he brought both parents to mentor children. And so today, maybe you may be at a juncture or position saying ka say eye nijai nemum. If it is something trivial that you can really sit and talk about, don't allow pride and position, ego, to kill that lovely marriage that God have given you. Thank you for doing the listening, but I'm very sure you are there listening. You should know that whatever you're doing, just as I said earlier, there's a consequence. You pay. Don't think about yourself, but think about the entire society, the family, and everything. Thank you, and I'm sure we all do the listening, and with this caution, we are really going to listen. I am very sure this message have come at the right time for somebody this morning. To talk about, there's a lot we've got to serve you right here on Cup of Tea. The minority in parliament, they have formally petitioned the three key state investigative institutions here in this country. First was the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice Charge. And the Criminal Investigative Department, the CID, the Ghana Police Service. Then the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP. What are they supposed to do? Well, from the minority, expecting these institutions to probe the controversial Sammy Gyamfi dollar gift saga. As we all know, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, decided not to take any disciplinary action against the acting CEO of the Ghana Gold Board after his public apology. Well, the minority think that's not good enough, and so they feel that Sammy Gyamfi have got some answers, some questions to answer. Yes, he has got some answers to give.
And you will see the hand of the Lord in your life. He can do it. He can do it. Do it. Do it. Do it better for you. Far more than you can think that He will ever do. A precious kind of way. He can do it. Do it. Do it. Do it better for you. For you now.
We'll be diving into that.
Something that He will ever do.
Well, the new patriotic party is in the news again, and this time, what is it? Well, the new patriotic party, through their secretary, have just issued a directive prohibiting members from campaigning.
Far more than you can think that He will ever do.
But it was just in December that we went for an election.
Better for you.
Is it that this country, after every election, then we start another election? Yes, there have been accusations leveled against this whole thank you Thor, that Bawumia is rather positioning himself to go for another flag bearer position during the 2028 in the upcoming 2028 election.
He's alone. Is anything too hard for Him? He's the Lord. He has said it, and she already will do. Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the days of your life.
And so it's like, well,
The Lord in your life. He can
is this the right time for the MPP to really go in for this, if indeed it's true, after suffering a humiliating defeat?
never do. He about it. He can do it, do it, do it, do it.
An embarrassing defeat.
Far more than you can think that He will ever do.
Well, the secretary is, through the statement, sending a caution of warning.
When you stand
To whoever has intentions of going for the 2028 tickets on the ticket of the MPP, going for the MPP ticket as flag bearer,
and your footsteps are fully crashed.
well, with the NDC, their secretary Fifi Kuti,
He's alone. He's anything.
former finance minister, I'm sure, yeah.
He's the Lord. He has said it, and she already will do. Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the
He's also saying,
you will see the hand of the Lord in your life.
he's also warning persons in the NDC
Do it, do it, do it better for you. Far more than you can think that He will ever do. A precious kind of way. He can do it.
with persons with that intention. Well, that is to say that, hey, in this country, is it all about elections for these parties? We just went through an election. Just December. His Excellency is still young. John Dramani Mahama is still young. As president. Yes. In governance. Coming in. And so, what is really calling for all those who becomes the next president? Is it that after every elections, we are always preparing for the next? Do we really think of national development? Do we really think of Ghana? Or is it only party? Well, we'll be delving into these discussions and many more.
Hold on to your faith, your confession.
But this morning, let me tell you, the Cereal Nano 3 EV
The hand of the Lord in your life.
is the new kid on the block. When you come to cars, the new kid on the block is the Cereal Nano 3 EV. And why am I saying this? It's all about you charging your car and you're good to go. All right? You just don't need any other thing than to charge it. It's giving you luxury. It's giving you comfort. And the distance it can go, you marvel.
Far more than you can think that he will ever do. He ever do. He can do it better for you. Far more than you can think that.
The Cereal Nano 3 EV, marketed here in Ghana by Nanted Engineering Electricals. Nanted Engineering Electricals have got an automotive showroom here in Kumasi, in front of the TAT yard on the Arc Mayanka Road. You can call them on 0544-340-589. Or in Accra, the Kwame Nkrumah Avenue, close to Farisco traffic light opposite Glyco. Call them as well on 0243-480-334.
Against any trial, which shatters all your dreams and smiles, and your footsteps are fully crashed. Do not fear.
Jeffrey Praise Computers. When it comes to everything computers, both desktop, laptop computers of all brands, Jeffrey Praise Computers is the best. Well, listen, we don't only sell laptop, desktop computers. If you're at school and you need us to come set up your ICT lab for you, a well-furnished ICT lab for you, we are ready to do that for churches, for schools, for hospitals, wherever. Media houses, listen, call on us. We are ready to give you that wonderful setup that you need. Do you need projectors in your church, in your school, wherever? Then call on us. CCTV cameras, and listen, my national service personnel, wherever you've been posted to, remember you need a television set. So we've also got flat screen televisions of high quality. All you need to do is to walk to our office here in Kumasi at Bantama High Street near GNTC opposite Unity House, or call us on 0244-026203. In fact, look, when it comes to quality, it's all about Jeffrey Praise Computers. Goldfinger Restaurant. Charlie, when you are investing in your stomach, you must get good meals. And so at Goldfinger Restaurant, we serve you the best of meals, both international and local dishes. And so Monday to Sunday, come sit with us and enjoy good meals here in Kumasi. Give yourself that wonderful treat. In fact, we are in the weekends, okay? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go chill small. Kojiweni kakra, you bottom sikana jiweni. Didinami. And so you are eating from Goldfinger Restaurant and you are always going to feel at home. Yes. And remember, Saturday, Sunday, we are giving you an opportunity from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's all about breakfast. Then from 11 to 4 is about brunch. And so come, let's sit and enjoy good meals. Their weekends is for you. Are you ready to organize a birthday party for yourself? Or probably do you want to host a conference, a program? Come, sit with us. Call us on 0248-672-185. Let's talk. And in fact, you will get luxury as we have promised. Well, Mr. Philip Danso PG is here. Yes, he's a lecturer from Spiriton University. And this morning, as always, every Friday, he's always here. But this morning is like he was late. Yeah. As to why he was. Well, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, don't worry. That's how it is. I just don't want to ask.
Why?
Okay. Would you feel comfortable I ask? Okay. So what really kept you?
To be honest, I got late from bed. And then I was held up in traffic.
Traffic.
And hopefully by God's grace I'm here. And I think that is more important. So I'm sorry to our listeners and viewers for being late.
Well, there's a lot that have been said concerning this issue about Sammy Jim fee and everything about it. Again, I just want us to start with this issue of people with intention to vie for presidency on the ticket of both parties. We'll come to find out. Indeed, is it just everything about politics in this country? Is it everything about politics we do in this country, or there's something else? Because it's like after every 4 years, there's something we need to do, but we don't even wait. Parties lose elections, and the next moment they are taking on the advantage of one person losing, and to really go on and on and on. But I would want us to have a listen, because it's like it's both on the NDC and the MPP. Justin Kudia have issued a statement asking people to deter from that act of really act like there's another campaign coming up to be voted for, the flag bearership position. And on the side of the NDC, Fifi Kwete have also saying that, hey, the aftermath of John Mahama is not yet. John Mahama is president. So let's all put our arsenals behind him for him to work. That intention of the aftermath of John Mahama can be said later. But for now, 5 months into office, let's not just think of this. So I would want us to have a listen, then listening to the voice of the General Secretary of the NDC, and when we come back, we'll zoom into the discussions proper. You're having problems with, but I think
focus on ensuring that
Okay.
NDC, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, if he has stood as an independent candidate, he would not have been able to win. And you know the history of independent candidates in our country. Alan Shomate thought he was capable of doing a lot until he saw that going independent candidate, you will be struggling for 1% and 0.2.5% because you need a vehicle. So even he, as our leader, our presidential candidate, and now the president, appreciate that it is the vehicle the NDC. That was the means for which that success has come. So what is important to ensure that this vehicle does well, and the way this vehicle does well is for him to do well. It's for the people who are working in government to appreciate that it is a collective job that needs to be done. It's for the party to ensure that we are true to the things we promise to the people of Ghana. And as long as this vehicle is strong, When the moment comes for us to be able to put a new driver on the vehicle, we will be able to sell that new driver on the back of the collective success that these vehicles has achieved. And that is what matters more. So that's why there's actually the need for a complete dedication and focus on ensuring that NDC does well. NDC lives up to the expectation of the people of Ghana.
Has the turn of jostling started already?
Oh, but it's normal. It's a human thing. Almost every politician has an aspiration. I believe when the moment comes and the people of the NDC feel that A or B or C is the one to go, that person will be given an opportunity. So for now, it should be a focus on ensuring that the party and the government succeed. I can tell you also another thing about this party. It's a party whose spirit doesn't like shenanigans. It's a party whose spirit doesn't like too much orchestration. If you watch the people who have emerged and led this party, they've always been people who emerge on the back of who they are. Jerry Rawlings, natural leader. Prof. Mills, absolutely not somebody like he said. I wasn't desperate to become a president. John Mahama, in 2000, people don't know, in 2000, we were literally begging him. He didn't want to even take the position of running mate. So those are individual. So all this orchestration and jostling, some of the people who may be thinking about it think twice. The spirit of this party doesn't like shenanigans, doesn't like orchestration, doesn't like manipulation. So relax. When the moment comes and the people decide that this is you, you will emerge. If it's not you, you will not emerge.
So that's the voice of Honorable Fifi Kwete, General Secretary of the ruling National Democratic Congress, the NDC. And in fact, well, good morning once again. What at all is happening in this country? Is it? Because it's like after every elections, we are thinking of the next elections.
Exactly.
I mean, do election periods ever end in Ghana? Because when you are given the mandate, the next 4 years, it's for you to think about how Ghana should develop. But while you are doing that, there are other people rather struggling for positions in your party to, I mean, these both MPP and NDC, just as we heard from the General Secretary of the NDC, the MPP also, from Justin Kodia, also released a statement that he's sending a caution to both Kennedy Japan and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that, in fact, listen, we just came out from an election, so let's just focus on how to revive our party and not really think of people positioning themselves on the ticket to be seen as saints to go for the 2028 elections. Do election periods really end in our country? I mean, as in,
in a way, they do. They do, because you have a timetable for elections in Ghana. In every 4 years, you vote, and so the next election is going to be organized in 2028, in December 2028. And so, of course, as you speak, you're not going to organize elections, except that as a political activist, as a political leader, or as a politician, your focus is to win power. And even as the focus, especially when you know for certain that President Mahama, the sitting president of Ghana, is not going to run again. And if you are a member of NDC and you are interested in that particular position, then this is the very time you start campaigning.
no, but
It's not about campaigning, but it's about telling the people that, look, I'm here, I'm going to contest, so get ready.
governance is also there. When you
Governance
have
is
political power, the power is given to you to govern. And
Governance is the business of the president of Ghana, not the members of the party. That is his duty, and he's doing it. So when the other members are interested in taking over from him, what's wrong with that?
distractions.
Distractions? You mean to say that those who are campaigning around, or those who are going around talking to the members of the party, are distracting the president, and that he cannot focus on the work that he's been given by Guinness to do?
Probably even some of them may be part of this government. I mean, this government. Okay. Because on the ticket, let me give a typical example.
Okay.
All right. 2017, when the MPP won elections, okay, Akufo-Addo went again All right. But 2020, when Akufo-Addo was ushering out, Alan Choma, 2024, like, I mean, when they won the 2020 elections, the aftermath of the 2020 elections, you see, Alan Chomatin was part of the government, okay, but was also lacing up his boot to vie for presidency. So there may be some of them that are part of the government.
The case of NDC is a bit different from that of MPP. In the case of NDC, you know for certain that the president that you have now is not going to run again. If Mahama was eligible, that's
why I gave
eligible to run in 2028, there wouldn't be any going around campaigning.
That's why I gave a scenario in 2020.
Exactly. So the situations are different. If we pick NDC in particular, we know for certain that ex-President Mahama will exit in 2028. He will no longer be eligible to contest elections in Ghana. Period. And so for members of the party, especially those who want to take over from him, this is the very time you go around and announce your presence. Are you going to wait till the party officially opens nominations?
If you are part of the government, just concentrate.
In that case, the president should discipline them. They shouldn't come out there and tell us what they should do. They should discipline them. It's as simple as that. The president is the one who has the mandate to manage the affairs of the country. If it happens that one of his appointees or some of his appointees are out there campaigning instead of doing the very job that is given them as ministers of state, then you should discipline them. Get them out. Pick somebody else who's more focused on the ministerial responsibilities or ministerial duties. That's the very thing you're supposed to do. You don't come out there and announce that, look, stop going around. Of course, that is proper. That is for the party to do. And so I see nothing wrong with people announcing or telling them that or warning them possibly that they shouldn't go around campaigning. But the fact is that you can't stop everybody from going around talking to other members of the party. It is not against any law that you can go around and talk to members of your own party. Even if you want to talk to outsiders who are not members of your party, that is allowed. Freedom of speech, freedom of association. In this particular case, it happens to be freedom of speech, freedom of assembly.
But don't you think that if you are part of the government, or even if you are not,
if you are part of the government, like I've said before, it is the duty of the president of Ghana today to dismiss you, to warn you. It is not the duty of the party secretary to tell somebody within government, somebody who happens to be a minister of state, to stop going around campaigning. No, it is the duty of President Mahama to tell you, look, I have appointed you to work as a minister of state. If you have some other business that you want to do, get out. Period. It's as simple as that. He has a code of conduct for the members of his cabinet. So discipline them. If the person has more focus, he has a focus on, say, the presidency. That is what is eyeing. And for that reason, he's not really devoted to the work of a minister of state. Get him out of office and bring somebody who's more focused on the ministerial duties. Otherwise, you'll be distracted. But don't want somebody who is not a member of the party, a member of the cabinet or a member of the executive. He has no ministerial position, and he's out there telling people, "Look, I will be running, so get ready." There's nothing wrong with that.
What of the MPP that have just come out of an election that suffered a humiliating defeat, and yet there are accusations that even with this thank you to, it is an opportunity for Dr. Bawumia to really cleanse himself and tell people that, hey, 2028, I'm coming back to give me the nod to run as president on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party.
They started with the idea of thank you tour. And as a party, if they decided that they were going to go on thank you tour, it meant that they were going to they were rather going around to tell people, look, for reason A or reason B, we disappointed you, and that we voted us out. Hopefully we'll be coming around again, so let's patch up our difference, let's mend the difference, and then maybe next time around you vote for us. The idea of thank you tour was partly to be used to announce your presence. And that's how come you had some candidates who, of course, contested, also going around. But what it happens is that the chairman of the party is that weak. And I will repeat this because he's the very person who's supposed to take over the party. They are no longer in government. He's supposed to show leadership, get the party rallied behind a particular goal. And if he's not able to control the party and control the extreme actions of certain members of the party, that means he's not really showing leadership. And so when they started with the idea of thank you tour, it was a way of people going around announcing themselves. But if he's really in charge, then he should be able to control the members and tell them, look, we have a problem to solve first. In the case of MPP, they have a problem to solve first. And the problem is, how do you patch up the differences? how do you reconcile the problem that you have? I mean, reconcile the people in the party.
Because-
but you cannot have infighting in the party.
Yeah.
And you don't go around and portray the people that you have unity in the party, you have peace in the party. No. There's so many tensions in the party. And until they diffuse the tension in the party, it will be a lot more difficult for them to go out there and present a united front. Very difficult.
Because aftermath of the report, the Michael Quay report,
Okay.
don't the MPP see it as very alarming as to the numbers they had in parliament? Okay, the generation, how it all started from 2017. Okay, the number of seats you had in parliament, and then in 2020, it declined. It really didn't scare you. Now, the situation as this, not even up to 100, and yet you still get party bigwigs coming out to really. Is it that they really don't see the need, or it is just I just want to win power and so this is it? Is it because of interest? Are they serving their interest, or is just something they really? I just don't understand. Even with the MPP,
What I personally see is this: for a good number of members in the party, they seem to have lost confidence in the current leadership of the party. It was like they are hoping against hope that they will go for another election very soon, and then they will kick out the leadership and then bring in some fresh blood. And that's what they're waiting for. For a good number of them, that's what I think that's what they're looking up to. They're looking for that. They're hoping against hope that very soon we will go for elections and remove all those who have caused the defeat of the party, because they are still in charge. And that's why I'm particularly worried when I think the last time you mentioned that one important officer, one current leader, indicated that they have to, when they go for elections, the party members should put against all of them. Is that the vice chairman?
Yeah, the first vice chairman.
Good.
Said they should keep
What is he waiting for?
The national
What is he waiting
executive.
for? If you know for certain you've disappointed the people, you've disappointed the party, and that you've caused a humiliating defeat, you're not able to put the people together and win seats in parliament. Get out, resign before it's too late. Possibly when you resign, somebody else takes over. That somebody else may be able to talk to people and resolve the conflicts in the party. And so my thinking is this: within MPP, they need somebody to take over and show leadership. If the current leadership believe for certain that you've disappointed them and that they have failed the party, they don't have to wait till they go for the next election or the next primary elections. They should all resign now. Why they do resign, of course, you have people taking over as acting officials. Maybe they will be able to do a good job. But my thinking is that it appears as though the long shadow of ex-President Akufo-Addo is still haunting them. Because you're talking of somebody that you are complaining about today, that whilst he was in office, he never listened to you. And that even when you complain about, changing ministers, reshuffling the cabinet, he never listened. You're complaining. Even the vice president, the former vice president, Vice President Bawumia, is complaining. General Secretary, everybody's complaining. So how is it possible that you're unable to break his hold on the party? I don't want to say that, well, get him out of the party. You can't. Both the Akufo-Addo factor or the Akufo-Addo camp, the Akufo camp, and all other camps in the party are important. The Bawumia camp and all the other camps, they're extremely important. So bring them together. But by bringing them together, you have to break the hold of one particular camp. Otherwise, a lot more people in the party will still see that there is this particular group that is still holding the party to ransom. And when that happens, they wouldn't be out there campaigning for the party. They wouldn't be more committed to the cause of the party. So it is high time they broke the hold, Akufo-Addo's hold on the party. And of course, allow each member to be on the same playing field. In that case, you're giving each member a fair chance to contest for positions in the party. Otherwise, a lot more members of the party will be angry. I tell you what, I've mentioned this before. If the Akufo camp had not been alienated by the Akufo-Addo government, some of these problems wouldn't come up. That camp had been alienated. What are the Richard Ananis, the Honorable Kodrin PNMs and the rest? What are they? They've been alienated, they've been sidelined. But these are big men in the party with some clout. The moment you alienate certain person in the party, you're calling for the downfall of the party because they carry some weight. They have a large following. And these are senior men in the party. So when you don't hear their voices, when they don't speak, it tells you there's something wrong. And especially when you know that backroom, behind the scenes, even when they complain, they are not listened to. Especially because the vice president now is telling us that he was not even aware of certain policies that were going to be introduced. How is that possible? A senior member of the cabinet, the number 2 person in the country, was not aware that certain policies were going to be introduced, and he's telling us today.
But
That should tell you literally he was sidelined.
and again, the fact that the Akufo-Addo Alan Kyerematen case, from even building from 2008, 2008,
Okay.
2012, 2016, and then and in 20 after the 2020 elections, you could see that these Akufo-Addo Kyerematen factor really, if care was not taken, would have broken the MPP party. And now the Bawumia Kennedy factor. Is it something? It's like the MPP do not learn. It's like they're not learning from the past. What have happened with Alan going out, coming back? He was welcomed, and even with everything about the secretary and the chairman at the time with acid back. I mean, everything about it. It's like they don't want to really learn, because I'm sure if they have learned from these mistakes, this wouldn't have happened. But again, you also spoke about Stephen Ntim and his chairmanship. Are you a bit seeing him as a failure?
I wouldn't say categorically that he's a failure, but he has disappointed the party. He has called the defeat of the party. Well, whom are you going to blame? Except the chairman and the secretary. They are, of course, the people who run the party, who manage the party, especially the secretary and the chairman. They manage the party on day-to-day basis. Granted, while you're in office, you are told that the president is supposed to be the leader of the party.
Yes.
But the fact is that the president is much more concerned about everyday management of the country. And he would being the leader of the party, the chairman of the party, you're supposed to be focused on the everyday running of the party. So any internal conflict must be resolved by you. If you don't show leadership within the party, then people will be disappointed.
But even after
They'll get angry.
aftermath of the elections, how do you see them? Because
It's
like-
getting worse. His management of the problem within the party is getting worse. He's showing that, in fact, he's proving to the people that he's not able to solve the problem. It's like he's not on top of issues. It's like I don't know whether he's been overwhelmed by the events or by situations. It appears as though somebody else is rather telling him what to do. Otherwise, he will assert himself and take over the leadership of the party and tell the people, look, I'm in charge, I'm here, listen to me. How is it possible that you decide to go on a thank you tour and midway through you decide to quit? Really? The chairman? And you want to quit so that the others will go ahead with the thank you tour?
Well-
Can't you tell them plainly that because of problem A and D and B, we should all go back home and reset things and decide on things and talk about things and resolve conflicts and resolve the infighting? Somebody must take charge of the party. Look, NPP is a big party. Of course, NDC even likes the NPP to be in a good shape. But they will give them, a good run for their money.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they needed to be in a good shape. Otherwise, democracy will not be that. It will not be improved. But in a democracy, we need strong parties challenging each other. In that case, it brings out the beauty of democracy. When you hear what is happening today, when NPP is all over the place criticizing the government, they are simply telling you they're doing their job as opposition party, and that they want to hold the government to account. They want to hold the government accountable. They want to make the government answer to the people. It's part of democracy. It's an important part of democracy. But my thinking is this, and in fact I've made this point also abundantly clear, that the party failed precisely because of the kind of things that happened in the party and the leadership. And if the very people who call the defeat of the party are the same people going out there to find out the solutions, and even when they have investigated and brought out their report, the report has been shelved. The report is not going to be disclosed to the public. Granted, you want only the top men in the party to know about it. What about the ordinary members of the party? The rank and file. Are you saying that they are not important enough to know what is affecting their own party?
Because if they are not able to know, probably maybe
They will not vote again.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you need the members of the party, the rank and file of the party, to go out there and campaign. They go to the nook and crannies of the country to campaign for the party. If it happens that you have some information about the party's defeat, important information for that matter, and you decide that, well, they are not important enough to know about what is in the report, but some few people in Accra, of course, the big guys in the party, the big wigs in the party, so they should know about the content of the report. Don't you think the larger members of the party will be angry?
Their claims are that, I mean, there are some party informations that need to stick with them because they are.
Granted, why don't you bring out the ordinary ones? Why don't you bring out some of them? It cannot be that all the piece of items that they outlined are some things that cannot be made public. Already they are talking about it. And I'm particularly inclined to believe this. If you have only 10 items that were highlighted by the committee, Professor Michael Quay committee, 10 items as the principal causes of their defeat, and you don't really make it public, some people who are privy to such important information, such quote-unquote classified information, they will go out there talking about snippets of it. And before you know, all the 10 items will be out there. So you are better off informing the people about it. But if you consider about 4 of them to be the most important ones that everybody should know, not everybody should know about, only a few people or select few should know about, that's fine. What about the other 6? Let the people know. Let your members know. Because the rank and file of the party are so important that they will go out there and campaign. The foot soldiers. You can't possibly alienate them when you're talking about matters that concern the party. The party is not run by only members in Accra, or let's say the executives in Accra. No. You need all other members to go out there and vote and to campaign. And so I'm particularly worried about the way they're handling things in their party. It appears as though the leadership of the party is getting weak and weak by the day. And I would personally expect that they do something about it. It is important you allow the leadership to, of course, hold the party together. And there's a time that they have to, talk to all members of the party. Those who are angry, those who are peeved, bring them back. I heard somebody talk about the Afuku fashion, the Alan Camp and all that. They should bring all of them together.
Yeah. That was a suggestion by.
If that's possible, why not? Because you need numbers. You need members to be together. And it is a lot more important for you to have a united front. Now, for you to go out there and campaign while you are still divided up, while you are still divided into camps. And so, for the MPP, the main focus for now should be uniting the members of the party, fighting and solving the problem of the infighting. Once you resolve that particular conflict within the party, and you have a united front, then of course you can go out there and think about who is going to be the next candidate. Look, I understand. Of course, you are told that. Look, not even that you are told. You know. Now, when we run elections in Ghana, especially in the Fourth Republic, first time you lose, second time you may win or you may lose, of course, and third time you win. And so, is it a case that in the case of Dr. Bawumia, they're going to present him once, and that he will not come again because the defeat that he suffered was humiliating? I don't know. But can we talk about the defeat of Professor Dubois in 1992? Wasn't that humiliating too? Then we talk about the defeat of Kufuor in 1996. Wasn't that humiliating? Of course, he won in 2000. But even in 2000, we went for, I think there was a runoff. So if you're talking about humiliating defeat, the party has suffered some humiliating defeat before. And if you're talking about humiliating defeat again, you will pick NDC. Mahama suffered a humiliating defeat in 2016. But he's back again.
Now, Abeji, you know very well that in this instance, with Professor Dubois and J. Kufuor, they were not having power. They were not holding power. They rather went to wrestle power from the NDC. But this time, okay, Bawumia was coming in as vice president. Okay, they had power. Okay, yes, you would cite instances like 2008 when Akufo-Addo lost the elections, similar to this. But comparing Akufo-Addo's defeat to this, comparatively, should tell you that, in fact, then what the suggestions are made by some party folks that Bawumia really leading the MPP was a mistake.
Well, let's look at the basis then. I want to pick the Fourth Republic that we know all this while. It appears as though political parties win re-election. They win a re-election, and that after 8 years they are voted out. It is more about the party than the personality. If you look at the party, NDC lost in 2000. MPP lost in 2008. NDC came back again and lost in 2016, and then MPP has lost in 2024. That should tell you that it appears as though Ghanaians have come to this understanding that you vote for the party twice, and that when the party stays in office for 2 terms, you kick out the party. It doesn't matter who is leading the party. So that's one pattern. 2, President Mahama today in 2016 was a sitting president, and he lost the election miserably to Akufo-Addo. And so we are talking of even a sitting president who lost the election in 2016, but he was able to stage a comeback, and that's because when he lost the election, he didn't go back to sleep. No, he went out there campaigning. He went out there talking to the people. He went out there apologizing, so to speak, to the people, telling the people, "I'm sorry for what I did." And especially because of what happened under the government, especially during the second term, that more or less made Mahama appear a good guy. This is what we did, that we complained about and voted you out. You suffered a humiliating defeat in 2016, and yet the Akufo-Addo government is repeating similar things or the same thing or doing worse. That was the thinking behind. That was the thinking before 2024 election.
But
so if a certain president lost the election in 2016 and he's able to stage a comeback, what about a vice president who was not even a certain president?
But you know the clout that John Mahama carried in the NDC. Okay. Even aftermath of 2016, with a defeat, the clout that His Excellency, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, carried may not be as same as the current clout carried by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, even though he has served as vice president before.
That is true. But that aside the cloud that we're talking about, like the personality, like I told you about the party, it appears as though within the NDC, the party was also behind ex-president Mahama, who is now the current president. The party was behind him. We cannot necessarily say that the leadership of the party used the machinery of the party or the instrumentality of the party to back him up.
Yeah.
But when you look at the events that unfolded, it appears as though
Most of them were
the party was behind him. So you need the instrumentality of the party to back you up. And the fact is that if they saw him as the one person who can come back and wrestle power from MPP, why not follow him? And that's precisely what he has done.
But the competition Bawumia is facing today, John Mahama never faced that in the NDC. The competition in such a way that I'm talking about Kennedy.
Okay.
All right. The kind of pressure, the kind of the way we see Kennedy Japan. John Mahama never had that competition in the NDC.
How do you see Kennedy Japan? How do people of Ghana see Kennedy Japan? I've always wondered, how do we see him?
Well,
look, I think I've said this before. I'm going to repeat it. I don't know who's going to be elected as the president candidate for MPP in 2028. It could
I would want us to wrap up on this.
It could be Bawumia, it could be Kennedy Japan, it could be somebody else.
Yeah.
But if MPP elects Honorable Kennedy Japan as the presidential candidate, all the NDC will have to do is go out there and dig out all the videos, all the audios about what he has said about certain people.
But remember, you said we don't vote for personalities.
It's part of it. We don't necessarily vote for personality, but that's not part of it. But of course, others will also look at the personality. It's not everybody who vote because of the party. So yes, we seem to have created a pattern that you vote for the party, in every 8 years you remove the party and bring in a new one. But the fact is that the personality of the leader is also important. And if you pick Honorable Kennedy Japan, like I said before, I'm going to repeat it. All the NDC will have to do is go and dig out the videos and the audios about what he has said about women, about certain people, the insults, and just play them back. That's all.
But
the way they played back Bawumia's voice to listen to.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah.
So I've always said, look, they have to deal with the Kennedy Japan factor. He's an important person in the party. He has a lot of money. He helps the party. He sponsors the party. Of course, he benefits from the party too. But the fact is that as long as he remains an important member of the party who has some big money, to finance the party, they must find a nice way of dealing with him.
Last bit on this, then we go into the minority petitioning charge concerning some media issue. But the NDC, with a warning sent by Fifi Kwete, all right. Aftermath of John Dramani Mahama, yes, 2-term. The constitution mandates that 2-term, you are gone, you are not coming back. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Kennedy Japan. Aftermath of John Mahama, who comes out of the NDC? Who do you see as coming out of the NDC to really
take over?
Because it's like John Mahama, based on the governance he may give, Ghanaians may leave a very big shoe for anybody that comes to occupy.
Well, I can't speak for all the members of NDC, and I don't speak for them, so I wouldn't know exactly what they're thinking about. But I hope and pray that they pick somebody who is going to give MPP, a good run for their money. But then NPP also will be looking out for somebody who can challenge the NDC and possibly wrestle power from them in 2028. That's what they're already talking about. Now in 2028 they're going to take over power from NDC. You know, to think that the NDC is not going to sit down there, you know, and become a bit complacent. No, they're going to work it out. But as who's going to lead them is something that I cannot say for certain. But the fact is that they must pick somebody. Somebody who is a lot more competent. Somebody who has a clout. Somebody who's not going to be out there insulting people. Somebody who has the heart to contain pressure. Or there will be a lot more people out there who will be insulting you as long as you are fingered as you are selected as a leader. And especially when you go for primaries. The kind of heat that comes with it. The kind of tension that comes with it. Even members in the own party will be, you know, they will be slinging mad at you. They'll be insulting you. And so they need somebody who can hold the party together and unite the party. Time and again, I think people talk about Haruna Iddrisu, Honorable Haruna Iddrisu. And if you remember, I think the current Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Gbagben, he contested at some point against Mahama. Okay. And you remember what he said about Mahama? Of course. Except that, of course, that is in the past. But I'm thinking maybe you'll be interested, but except that you may not necessarily be interested again, especially because he's become the speaker. You know, he has gotten the height of his career. But Haruna Iddrisu is one person that a lot more people in the party have talked about. I don't know whether he has that intention, but it appears as though he may be interested, especially when a lot more people are giving that kind of, you know, thumbs up. You may be interested, but they will need somebody who really can fill the shoes, of Mahama. But somebody who is going to be even better. When you read about MPP, I think you have already heard that they have made this particular comment that Mahama intends to remove the CJ, the Chief Justice, remove the Electoral Commissioner, so that we will be able to go for a third term.
I wouldn't want us to go into that.
What I want to say simply is this: I don't want to believe that's the intention. And members in the NDC will not even allow him to do that because it's against the very foundational tenets of our democracy. And that would mean they will be destroying democracy in Ghana. And I don't want to believe they will do that.
Well, His Excellency the President has a mandate, and so 4 years, let's just sit glued. Me, what I want is the governance. You've been given power to govern, so let's all just sit calm, collected.
They won't
and watch what happens. But I just, that one, it never comes to mind because I know that there's a likelihood it will not happen. So let's not just go into
that. You go for it. Not that, like, it's an impossibility. You will not do that.
It will not happen.
And members in the NDC will not allow you to do that.
It will not happen. So let's not just because the second coming of John Mahama and the demeanor I've seen about him, he's a different person now, and I don't think he would even try that. So let's just leave that. But the minority is in the news again. They have petitioned Siraj, so, and the OSP concerning Sammy Gyamfi's gift of kind gesture given out. And in fact, this whole noise of Sammy Gyamfi have given a gift, and so this story we've not heard before. Let's all be frank with ourselves. I've said this. So these politicians, are they trying to tell us that when they go for funerals, they don't really give gift and everything about it? But I would want us to have a listen to the minority. Okay. And then later we'll zoom into the discussion. Me, I've said that this country in which we are, the politicians, they are all hypocrites. Yes, they are all hypocrites. I mean, something you will do, openly do, when your colleague in the same, even in the same party, people are chastising Sammy Gyamfi for what he did. But I would want us to have a listen to the minority and then later come back and zoom into the discussion.
In the last 1 week, we all saw what's happened around the country. Mr. Sammy Gyamfi doling out dollars to Agada. So we were expecting that His Excellency the president, John Dramani Mahama, is going to act on it. But yesterday, we all saw that the man in charge of communication at the presidency, Felix Kwachi, came out to say that the president is not going to take any further actions against Mr. Sammy Gyamfi because he has apologized. So we thought that that is not proper. We are disappointed in the action of the president. We were expecting that His Excellency the President would refer Sammy Gyamfi to the appropriate institution to investigate the matter and bring finality to the issue. But what did we see? He cleared him without any investigation. So we thought that we should bring the matter up again to the appropriate institutions for them to conduct an investigation into the whole issue. If you look at what Sammy Gyamfi did, we feel that he has violated some code of conduct and some laws of Ghana. And if you look at some of the code, he has breached the code of conduct of public appointee. He has also violated the Foreign Exchange Act, Act 206, Act 723. He has also violated the Currency Act. He has also maybe possible misappropriation or abuse of public resources, and a failure of leadership and institutional oversight, also potential tax evasion. Today, myself and my colleague minority members, we have petitioned Shraj, we have petitioned the CID, we have petitioned special prosecutor. And what we want them to do is to conduct an investigation into the matter, and so that Mr. Sammy Gyamfi, if he has not committed any offense, he will be cleared properly, but not the clearance His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has given to him. If you look at our concern, we want these institutions of states who are mandated to do some of these things to find out the source of the money. Where did Mr. Sammy Gyamfi got that huge amount of money that he doesn't have Ghana cedi in his car and he can put his hand into a bag and bring $10,000 and dash to $10,000 alleged and dash to somebody. And also want them to investigate whether the state currency formed part of public or institutional fund entrusted into Mr. Sammy Gyamfi hands as the acting CEO of Gold Board. We also want to know whether it's a potential conflict of interest and abuse of office. We also want to know whether he has violated the code of conduct for public officers recently launched by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And we also want to know whether he has breached the Foreign Exchange Act, which we believe he has. We also want to know potential tax evasion by Mr. Sammy Gyamfi or the receiver of the money. We have so much confidence, right? We know they will use the law. They are the institution mandated to, investigate issues of this nature. So we have high expectation that they will do the right thing and bring finality to this issue.
Yes. And so the CEO of Gold Board is in the news, Charlie. But Zapide, let's be honest with ourselves. This whole noise, this whole it's like this whole week, Sammy Gyamfi is always in the news, and with the action taken by the minority, I mean, do we see it as just mere politics, or they really have genuine concerns of Ghanaians, as in drawing the line between politics and then credible opposition that are in to really deal with corruption and issues? Because it's like they are painting a picture that the gentleman in a way with the act he did was some sort of corruption. That's how I don't want to see it, but that's to petition Shraj and CID. I mean, what are they trying to tell us?
They're simply trying to say that he's involved in some irresponsible act, possibly an illegal act, and that he must be punished.
Why is the illegality?
That is what they're trying to prove. I don't know how they're going to prove it, but of course, that's their intention. As we speak, they've not been able to single out a particular law that he has broken. Like, it is not a crime to give a gift to somebody. It is not a crime at all. But the fact is, what money are you using? Of course, the money you're talking about here is dollars. You are told that he gave only $8,000, $800, sorry. And then people, of course, if you listen to a gentleman, he's saying $10,000. So you now have two. Who's going to prove? The one who gave the money tells you, well, it was 800 cedis.
The one who received
the money. Okay. The one who received the money said it's 800 cedis. And he who alleges must bring the proof. How is MPP going to prove that indeed it was $10,000? That would be very difficult to prove. Are you going to ask Agrada? Of course, if it is 10,000, suppose it is 10,000, and he had already said it's 800. What are you going to do? How are you going to prove it? That aside, it is not a crime to give a gift to anybody. It's not a crime at all. And I don't see a particular law that he has broken, except that we are talking politics. This is pure politics, of course. Look, if Sammy Gyamfi were the one in opposition now, suppose NDC were in opposition today, and some member in MPP has done that, Sammy Gyamfi obviously will talk about it. And that's how come they want to pin him down. Or there's a one person who has criticized so many people in the country. And so it is not the case that you're talking about law, or it's legally. It would be a lot more difficult to punish him. But of course, as long as you're talking about politics, matters of opinion are important. And when you do this for a long time, what happens is that it deflects public attention from other things. And that is what the opposition is trying to do. If they're within their right to do that, the opposition has a duty to monitor everything that the government does. And by everything that the government does, it means everything that any official in the government does. And Sammy Gyamfi happens to be one important member of the government. So he must be scrutinized, he must be watched. I have no problem with what the NPP is doing, except that when you petition the charge, when you petition the special prosecutor and all the other institutions, they have the mandate to go through and see the merit in whatever you're saying. If they come to the conclusion that, well, there's no merit to it and that there's no need to even investigate, or possibly there's some merit, you investigated and you found nothing that can really pin him down, nothing upon which you can prosecute him. Fair enough, but they're within their right, and it's part of democracy that you allow the opposition party to articulate their views, to air their views on national issues, and especially issues that involve public officials.
But the president, through the spokesperson from the Flagstaff House, have come to say that, hey, we've cautioned him. In fact, we don't see anything wrong with what he did, and so he has been cautioned and is serving as a deterrent to all appointees and so with how government have approached this, why shouldn't we just accept and end it there than go through the stress of SRAJ, CID, OSP? I mean, they're the minority. And one issue that we really need to look at is the minority is that within all this fight, the minority leader is missing. Avino Maki. That's what strikes on. Yeah, he's not part of.
Maybe he's missing because he knows that it will amount to nothing, so to speak. He's a lawyer.
So why are they pursuing it? If you know
the why is something that can be explained in terms of politics. And like I've said before, there is politics. And it's not wrong for the opposition to be criticizing members of the cabinet, members of the government. They're within their right to do that. Except that when you pursue such a particular cause, ultimately what they're going to use is the law. And if the law does not back you up, you can't possibly prosecute him. You can't possibly get him punished. And look, what do you expect the president to do? Especially when he knows for certain that there is not the case that there is not a violation of any law. It is not a violation of any code of conduct. You possibly wouldn't punish him. And when we know for certain that in our past, even in the past, a good number of people within the government, they did certain things that were pardoned by the president, by previous president. You remember some time ago when somebody went to, I think, Brazil, and they were involved in something. I've forgotten the exact fact, but a minister came out there and cried.
Obviously, he
cried.
Yeah.
And that was apology enough.
Sports minister was.
He cried, and that was apology enough.
Yeah.
It was the thing that apology should suffice. Except that we can also not stop the NPP from, articulating their views on this or going to a particular institution that they feel they should petition. The right to petition is a right that is enshrined in law. It's a right that you must enjoy in the Constitution. I mean, in a democracy. And so I don't see anything wrong with the NPP is doing,
Well-
except that you're blowing things out of proportion. That's the one thing. You're blowing things out of proportion.
They are blowing everything out of proportion. But I've always said that these politicians, they are always in, and I'll not stop using these words. Their hypocrisy is too high. I mean, the way they are going about things, it's too high. But thank you for coming, Mr. PJ. It's been wonderful. Today is Friday. Today is Friday, so you feel that they're in full. So just go chill small. Go and enjoy small. So thank you for coming, Mr. Danso PJ, Philip Danso PJ. He is a lecturer from Spiritan University, Kumasi, and we've had an insightful discussion with him concerning issues here in Ghana, right here on Cup of Tea on Ultimate 106.9. We're transmitting live from Nyame, Kumasi. The discussion still continues. Don't flip the dial. We'll be continuing the discussions, and this morning I'll be having Seth Asare, communication officer for the MPP at Asawase, and Evangelist Richard Pratt of the NDC. Yes, Evangelist is already in, taking his seat. I'm going for a commercial break. When I come back, the discussion still continues, and I'm sure, this morning Evangelist is looking so cute.
Looking for the perfect spot in Kumasi for fine dining? Goldfinger Restaurant is the place to be. Whether it's a romantic dinner, a milestone celebration, or a corporate event, they've got you covered with gourmet dishes, top-tier service, and a stunning atmosphere. Hosting a business meeting or a conference, Goldfinger offers well-equipped spaces for a seamless experience. Planning a bachelorette party or a big birthday bash? Your special packages, including delicious birthday cakes, will make your celebration spectacular. And don't miss their Saturday a la carte breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. and the Sunday brunch from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. The perfect way to kickstart your weekend. For elegance, quality, and exceptional service, it's Goldfinger Restaurant. Locate Goldfinger Restaurant on the Dorothy Asiedu Drive at Ahojo in Shiaso, behind the Despite Building. For reservations, call 024 8672 185. Follow us on Instagram at Goldfinger Restaurant. Goldfinger Restaurant. Luxury, taste, perfection.
Tired of rising fuel costs and frequent service and maintenance draining your budget? Are you a transport business thinking of the best eco-friendly and cost-saving option for a car? Then switch to the Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. The Cerio Nano 3 EV is proudly marketed and distributed in Ghana by Anointed Engineering Services Limited. The sleek Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle, with its advanced technology and high performance, emits zero emissions because it does not run on fossil fuels. No need to worry about a charging station because you can charge your Cerio at home directly by plugging into the socket. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle offers unmatched comfort, interior design, fast charging, long-lasting battery, and a portable digital ultra-silent genset for backup charging no matter your power situation anywhere. Visit our brand new and ultra-modern showrooms in Accra and Kumasi. In Kumasi, Asukwa, in front of the TAT yard on the Ak Mayanka Road. Call our hotlines on 0544 340589 and 0243 480 334. Anointed also stocks genuine spare parts and delivers after-sales services 24/7 for our Cerio Nano 3 EVs. The Cerio Nano 3 electric vehicle. Experience a legacy of luxury modernized. Cerio EV. Go electric.
Do you want to know how to discover and live a better life in Christ? Then tune in to the Better Life broadcast on Ultimate 106.9 FM from 5 a.m. to 5:25 a.m. every Monday to Friday as God's servant, Pastor Oseo Afuakwa of Embassy of Life Chapel, formerly Faith House Charismatic Chapel International, takes you on an adventure into the good news of God's kingdom to know God better, live life better, and impact your world better. God richly bless you as you listen.
Hello, this is your humble servant. Call me Nana Kujopon. Join me on Ultimate 106.9 every Saturday and Sunday for your weekend dose of good inspirational music. Talks from seasoned men and women. Saturday morning from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. and Sunday evening 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Let's enjoy good melody of good music from our church choir or church group singers every Sunday evening 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It meets in the presence of God with our praise. My praise, my praise.
Good morning, Ultimate. I hope we say, by His grace, be beer so fine. Now, I just want to find out to say, electricity cables so now you see containers over 1,000 a year away. I feel you tell some Ghana for Mum Castle. Say containers no, I could say, I yet day, why dear, why near Chelo? Hey, Krubini. And one na die. Say, India for yachi warm with gold bars, no, and don't have a yasem say. Hey, every over 1,000 containers, wires as a day. Mube giant ye, Sam and Kofuafi wedding. Hey, Ghana. Eti kurukurani abrone corruption mubi ehwe yi obia yese wo entimi nsi mo de abonkoso because electricity cables here say yanka ho asem am yehu yikosi ya ene na Ghana Kurono Bobo Obient be Jew be Jew Obient be Jew be Ah Mummy and Casa, where are the cables? Who was involved? Who up to that you modibo? Because big guys be. I feel sad for my country, Ghana.
Yes, I feel sad for my country, Ghana, and that's Madam Claudia's take. She is part of us, but currently she's in the UK, and always, because she has Ghana at heart, making her contribution felt, even back in the UK. But this morning, as I said earlier, Evangelist Richard Parr of the NDC is already seated. I'm sure Seth is on his way and will be joining the conversation. But time is fast spent, so I wouldn't want us to really waste much time. We'll start with the minority petition And as we all know, the MPP, that's the minority in parliament, has petitioned some investigative institutions, the OSP, the CID, or the police service in charge, and it's all about the issue of Sammy Gyamfi and his alleged gifting of giving out a gift to evangelist Mama Pat, popularly known as Agrada. Yes, and there's a lot of noise that have been made. Both the NDC, the MPP, they've been talking, and let me just welcome my guest. First, Evangelist Richard Pa, because he came first. Yes, let me welcome him, and then I'll later go back to Seth. But good morning, Evangelist.
Good morning, my brother.
Oh, yes.
How are you?
I'm fine, by God's grace.
I trust the family is also doing well.
Yes, at least, I mean, we have life. And so
we thank God for the gift of life.
Just that we are cash strapped. You know?
Oh, Charlie, in this better economy, you are cash strapped. How? I'll sort you out with some dollars. I got dollars, man. I got lots of dollars. I promised my brother too.
Yeah.
So he will also be sorted. Thank you. This morning, let me encourage everybody. Psalms 119 verse 9. How can a young man keep his way pure? By guiding it according to your word. How can a young man or a young woman keep his or her ways pure? Just by keeping the word of God, meditating on it, and living by it. That is how we keep our ways pure, doing what God says and ignoring the lust of the flesh and the temptations of this world. Your ways will surely be pure. Good morning, and God bless everybody.
Seth, good morning.
Bro.
How is life treating you?
Oh, we are grateful to God and happy my brother has promised us some dollars. We never knew the NDC would change the currency of the country from cedis to dollars. So this morning, I know you would get yours and I will, but he forgot our man here. So please, Evangelist.
Number one. In fact, he is my financier.
Okay, so number one, you are part of those people sharing the dollars.
Number one, I'm getting it from him.
Okay. We are doing well. And a very good morning to the presiding member for Asokoro Municipal Assembly.
Yeah,
Honorable Jara, yes. Honorable Jara, yes. And the MC.
From all of us.
A very good morning to them. We hope with Jara there, I know everything will be all right. He's a very principled person, very hardworking, a go-getter. This issue of PM, we've talked about it long ago.
Yes.
And he strategically led the plans and he's gotten it. We thank Allah and we know that he will serve. I know he will serve well. I know Jara. For Jara, I know he will serve well. We also pray and hope the MCE corporate so that they together serve the assembly very well.
Well, in fact, I am very happy for him. Omejara, I'm happy for him. In fact, and we all hope that he works effectively and diligently to help the constituency as Aswansi and the municipality as Asokoro.
He will. Jara will. By the grace of Allah, but he will.
I'll start with you, Eric. I'll start with you, Seth. In fact, Charlie, does it look like, I mean, the MPP has an agenda against the Gold Board MD?
Good morning once again.
Because this is like, I've always said, is there any crime to give out money? Or is like, probably yes, Sammy Gyamfi, if you hear the argument raised by some MPP communicators. If it were him, we were in this country, the kind of noise he has made when the issue of Cecilia Dapa came. Who has said Cecilia Dapa stole money? We all knew. I mean, Cecilia Dapa had worked since 1982, and that's the argument sometimes they raise. And so, is it genuine that the MPP is fighting a just cause, or is just a target cause?
Good morning once again, Varo.
Yeah.
Good morning to evangelists and to our cherished listeners who are doing the listening. Varo, before I come on to the Sammy Gyamfi issue, you know I'm from a predominantly Muslim community.
Yes.
We are having issues, serious issues with our brothers who went for Hajj this year. When the NDC came and told us they have reduced the Hajj fare, we were all happy and excited. But the feedback that we are getting for the treatment that is being meted out to our Muslim brothers in Saudi, it's not the best. It is not the best. It is not. We plead with the NDC. We beg them.
But they've been carried away from
Ghana
to
Saudi. They've gotten there. Accommodation has become a challenge. The hotel that we're giving, it's not the best. The location of the hotel farther away from where the pilgrimage is going to happen, and even meals have become a challenge. We beg them. You see, it is better you charge appropriately and give the person the best of. You ask those who went for Hajj last year; they were treated very well. Subsequent previous years, they've been treated very well
under the MPP government.
Yes, no, not but previously. But you don't come and decide to take out the cost burden that a lot of people will be able to afford, and then you go there and you don't give them a better treatment, not luxury per se, but a better treatment. At least something that is befitting to someone who is on a pilgrimage.
Why not luxury? They have to enjoy because it's their money. They are paying money.
No, I'm saying that even if the luxury, someone would say that luxury is an extreme word. I'm just saying that a better condition.
Okay.
Would be appreciated. So we call on the Hajj board. We call on the Hajj board that they do something about it, because me from Aswanse, it is a worry to me. Probably evangelist, it wouldn't be because his constituency, the Muslim community, is not that huge as compared to mine. But he would come in because of the politics of it. So we beg the NDC and John Dramani Mahama. He said he's reducing it, he has reduced the amount, but the conditions that he's giving them at least should be, if not at par with what they had last year or previous years, at least something better than what he's giving them to do. And tomorrow, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is giving a lecture at the Cambridge Africa Business Network tomorrow. So we will entreat everyone to listen to wisdom, to knowledge from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia tomorrow.
I mean, during his term as vice president, did we ever hear of any lecture?
Oh yes, he was
giving lecture.
Yes.
Oh really?
He was being invited. He was being invited. He was being invited by Oxford.
Okay.
He does.
So let's go into our discussion.
Well, you set out the issues very well. But my challenge with the intro was that Sammy Gyamfi giving out money. That is not the contest. The contest is Sammy Gyamfi giving out dollars. Sammy Gyamfi giving out dollars. You see, all these things that is going on, I for one, personally, I don't think it should have created this hula balloon that it is. But some people are raising argument that Sammy Gyamfi at Gold Board, the Gold Board hasn't complained of their money being missing, or any Ghanaian hasn't complained of their money being missing. With the issue of Cecilia Dapa, did someone complain that his or her money is missing?
But Seth, I'm not interjecting here.
I'm listening.
The Sammy Gyamfi we know,
yes,
and stories we've heard. Somebody owning, a building at Airport Residential area.
Okay.
Would it be so big enough for such a person to carry dollars around?
Did we know the background of Cecilia Abinadapa and the property that she had even before she entered into politics?
Okay, so yes, I understand that.
You see, that is the issue. I said that this shouldn't ordinarily shouldn't have been an issue.
Because I'm asking this question because you are saying he gave dollars. So is it too big for somebody like Sammy Gyamfi to
doesn't it become a bit of worry to you that someone asks Sammy Gyamfi of money, then he gets into his car, they don't get CDs to give out but give dollars? Is he operating a forex bill? Do you know Sammy Gyamfi to be operating a forex bill?
Is it a crime to carry dollars around in this country?
It goes against the Forex Currency Act in this country. For an individual to use dollars as a medium of transaction without approval from the Bank of Ghana.
I have asked this question countless number of times. Okay, probably maybe you may think he holds public office, but let's be honest with ourselves. Okay, Seth, if I come here right now, or probably you come from the UK, okay, just as you'll be going very soon, you come,
yes,
and then you have some £1,000 around you, then you choose to dash me £1,000 because you landed from the UK and you still have pounds on you.
Since when did Sammy Gyamfi land from US?
No,
I get your point, but you see, since when did Sammy Gyamfi come from US? Or is it the Miami that he went during after his wedding?
What I want us to understand is carrying dollars, one, is not a crime, and Sammy Gyamfi is not too. It's kind of.
Since when did we know that carrying dollars or foreign currency is not a crime? Or is it about quantum? Is it about quantum? Are you talking about the quantity or the amount, or just carrying foreign currency is not a crime? We've realized that it's not a crime because it has been with Sammy Gyamfi, so it shouldn't be a crime. Madam Cecilia Abinadapa, who we said has worked internationally since 1982, together with her husband, who is a renowned architect, who has designed almost a lot of the buildings in this country, monumental buildings in this country. We are saying, or we claim that $1 million has been found in her wardrobe or in her closet, and that she was the most corrupt person we've ever seen. But Sammy Gyamfi, whom we know, his highest work that he has done, me personally that I know, is being the PRO for Eston Cubic.
But
it's not with cedis but with dollars.
Now
sharing them.
Fine. Cecilia Abinadapa, $1 million. Sammy Gyamfi, now from the receiver said, I received $800. All right. And listen, it is not. We were not against. Ghanaians were not against Cecilia Abinadapa having $1 million, but to have that quantum of money in your room, even in America, where
do you know how much Sammy Gyamfi had in the car that he took some and gave to the woman?
At that particular moment, it was the woman is saying 800, so let's stick to 800.
No, that is what was given to her.
Yes.
But from the video that we all watched, Sammy Gyamfi went into the car, picked the money from
a bag.
So do you know how much is in the bag? That is why the minority is calling on Shraj, is calling on the OSP to investigate. Let us know. Because Madam Cecilia Abinadapa went to the police station, reported that someone has stolen her money. Then the OSP said, no, we will come to your house and look at the money that you have there. Sammy Gyamfi's issue has come. Then we have super clearing agent John Dramani Mahama tell us that he doesn't see anything wrong with what has happened. At least an investigation should have been initiated into this issue, because it is mind-boggling that as I sit here, you ask me, said Mami Skabi Mami Bia Sikam for lunch. Then I open my bag here. Then as you said, I give out pound sterling. Don't I have CDs in my bag? Was Sammy Gyamfi not have CDs? Was not having CDs in his car or in the money bag that he was moving along with? What prompted him to give out the dollars? Is it that he doesn't have CDs? Is it that Sammy Gyamfi, when he ascended the acting CEO of Gold Board, has eventually stopped using the Ghanaian CD? Is it that dollars that was purported, unless you have come into the country through that cocaine transfer, some has been lodged in Sammy Jeffy's house? Is it that? These are all questions that beg answers, and the minority is calling on Siraj, on the OSP, to at least the least that we could do is to investigate this issue. Know why Sammy Jeffy is carrying along dollars, using dollars, spending dollars but not cedis. Is he operating a forex bureau? Has it been cleared by the Bank of Ghana to use dollars as his medium of exchange?
Seth, are we trying to say that we don't have members in the NPP? Okay, strong big whips in the NPP that carry dollars around, and probably maybe dash people.
Bro, are we saying that there were no people in NDC who had more than $1 million in their rooms? All these questions didn't come up. That crusade was led by Sammy Jeffy. So we were expecting him. When he was calling for equity. All Ghanaians were expecting him to come up with a clean hands. But their opulence lifestyle that they are leading against the code of conduct that the launcher of the code of conduct breached on the day of launching it. We were expecting them to at least exhibit some level of modesty. Some level of modesty would have been okay for us.
You're wrapping up for me.
But Sammy Jeffy, just assuming the office of the acting director of CEO of Gold Board, has stopped using the Ghanaian currency. Has stopped using the Ghanaian currency, but using dollars, bashing out dollars. Is it their strategy of supporting the dollar against the cedi? Is it that dollars that came in with the Air Med helicopter that's alleged that some dollars came in and picked up the cocaine away? That dollars is with them. Is it that the issue? So we are calling on the OSP, we are calling on Siraj, we are calling on the presidency at least institute some level of investigations.
But the president have come to say that, well, through his
we know that is what he will be doing. We know John Dramani Mahama, Sammy Jeffy and John Dramani Mahama. There is nothing he will do. You know evangelist's boss Joyce Bauer. You know Felix Kwachofosu. You know Sammy Jeffy. These people, let them commit the heinous crime in this government. Nothing will be done to them.
Why are you saying that? Because
they are the darling boy of the Mahama family.
John Dramani Mahama, okay, crack the whip of Vicky Hama.
Vicky Hama is not part of the friends and family, the inner circle.
All I want to say is, if he had the
what did Vicky Hama do? She made just a pronouncement, not as Sammy Jeffy is saying no. Vicky Hama just made a pronouncement, but because she was not part of the inner circle of Mahama's friends and family members, she was sacked.
That should tell you that he can.
If he can, this is it. But this is the test case.
On which grounds should he fire Sammy Jeffy?
On the grounds of violation of the code of conduct that he himself has initiated.
But in the code of
on the grounds of the violation of the Foreign Exchange Act 2006.
But in the code of
Sammy Jeffy has not shown us any clearance from Bank of Ghana that mandates him to be using dollars and giving out to people. If he has that clearance from Bank of Ghana, he should let us know. If he doesn't, we know the medium of exchange in this country is cedis. So if he's not operating a forex bureau, if he has not been given a clearance from Bank of Ghana, then he has violated that act and should be punished. We are expecting John Dramani Mahama, we are expecting Siraj, we are expecting the office of the special prosecutor to at least investigate him and let us know if he has not violated this act.
Seth, I'll be coming back to you. If Siraj, the CID, the OSP, should not take any. I mean, if they do nothing about what the minority is doing right now, taking this whole case to Shrad, if Shrad should do nothing, what next will be the step of the minority concerning this case? But let me go straight to Evangelist.
Thank you. At long last, it's my turn, and I will place on record that my brother did 15 minutes. And since my party is in power, that will be very fair. The question I ask, what did my brother say? What is the MPP saying? Let me use this opportunity to also add my voice to the Hajj situation. I've seen videos, and my brothers and sisters in the MPP are running with them, saying that for during their period, people were paying 75,000 cedis. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has reduced it to 62,000 cedis, and for them, they should have paid the 75,000 or more and not have this situation and all that. I will use this opportunity to call on Honorable Collins Dauda and all those who are involved. These are brothers, our mothers, our sisters, and our fathers. They should ensure that they do something about the situation. In fact, if I want to see videos from there, it should be a good news. It should be that they are excited about the whole package. For my brother saying that in Shesu we don't have Zongo community, we have some here, I beg you. And even in Asawase, where you are coming from, I have relatives there. We have houses there. Asukore Mampong and Asawase be close to the on the run. I have family there. I beg you, who are Muslims, and I believe that everything will be well. They appreciate the fact that now they are paying less than they used to pay under Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, who is a Muslim. So that's to it. And then on the issue with Sami Jemfi and the dollars, you see, let me start by this. There's a word. People may find it offensive, but this morning I don't intend to be abusive with my words. There's a word, useless. These are two words put together. Use and less. Use and less. Your phone in front of you can do so much that maybe you yourself don't know. If you are not using it to its full capacity, you are making the use of the phone less. So at a point it becomes useless in your hands. The use is becoming less. And that is what I see the NPP becoming. The NPP in opposition, they are making their use very less, and it's worrying. How many press conferences have they had in 4 months? How many? The last time we checked, almost 60 something. So you are going to be in opposition for a very long time. It appears that every day we should be expecting a press conference. There's a lot you have to do as a party in opposition. Please. And opposition is not hell. You have been there before. The NDC has been there before. Today we are in power. We just came from opposition last 5 months, last 6 months. We did not die. In fact, we ensured that we did our homework very well. We gave the Ghanaian an alternative, and the Ghanaian voted for us. Don't make it look like opposition is hell. That is where you belong. You'll be there for a very long time. What are we talking about this morning? This morning we should be talking about things like the cedi to dollar. Today, the Bank of Ghana rate buying 12.3938, selling 12.4062. That's the dollar to cedi. Pound 16.4. That's buying, selling 16.4841. The euro is now 13.8. Buying and selling 13.8. When you were leaving power, this morning I heard Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to have what? Lectures or what? When you were in opposition, Bawumia held lectures. He became the darling boy. Ghanaians thought that he was that sharp guy. He came 8 years. How much did you leave the dollar? How much did you leave the euro, the pound? Almost 19, 20. The dollar at a point under Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is going to talk, they say, is cheap. At a point, the dollar was being exchanged for 17.2. Now, 4 months into the administration of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the dollar is now 12 cedis. And you ask them and they will tell you it's because of the trade war. Under you, when it was going up, it was COVID. It was Ukraine, Russia. It was Queen Elizabeth's death. If even this Pope had died under them, they would have said the death of the Pope is also a problem for them. Now let's look at what they are saying. They are saying that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has cleared Sammy Gyamfi, and this morning my brother has said mention names and that they are darling boys of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. On my Facebook post, any post I make concerning this matter, my brother will come and write clearing agent, papa, and those things. They want to equalize. There's nothing there to equalize. Now let's ask ourselves, what law has Sammy Gyamfi breached by giving a gift in dollars? What law? He mentioned transaction, the Bank of Ghana law, transaction. Then I started writing where transaction means what. Did Agrada buy anything from Sammy Gyamfi, or did Sammy Gyamfi buy anything from Agrada? Or my brothers in the MPP today don't know what transaction means. They don't understand. You see, that is how come they are making their use very less. Let me quickly do this to educate ourselves. Transaction, because he kept mentioning he has broken the law. He has broken the law, and the law does not permit us to transact business in dollar or foreign currency. Transaction, financial transaction, exchange of money or assets such as purchases or investments. Did Sammy Gyamfi buy anything from Agrada? No. So no transaction was made. Business transactions, agreement or exchanges between business, such as what business, contracts and all that. You can read more about transaction and you realize that my brothers are being mischievous. Thank you for getting him water. In fact, he needs a lot of water in opposition. Opposition is not hell. In fact, enjoy it. You will be there for a very long time. And we woke up, a young man went to Shraj. That day, that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama came out and said the apology of Sammy Gyamfi should suffice. In fact, Adam Senanu, who is the co-chair for Citizens Against Corruption, also says that Sammy Gyamfi has breached no law. No law. In fact, what he did that some of us feel was wrong, was indiscretion. But can you blame Sammy Gyamfi? He did not ask that they should video him. In fact, Sammy Gyamfi did not even give the money out in public. He went into his car. Somebody invaded his privacy. Somebody invaded Sammy Gyamfi's privacy. Are you aware that if even you want to capture someone or in either video or still picture, you need the person's permission? Are you aware? No, we are talking law here. If you don't know, you don't know. Even pulling out your phone to capture somebody for whatever reason, you need the person's permission. The young man who videoed him, they don't know. And Sammy Gyamfi went into his car, his back was facing the camera. He was not aware. And do you know how much Sammy Gyamfi even gave Adon in his house? We are all politicians. Why are we pretending? My brother, you are a politician. Don't people seek for help from you? Don't you give money? And you say, oh, not that is a crime, but the dollar. And that, is it that he went to the gold board and in the budget we allocated some $270,000. That's what he's keeping in his car. And he will even equate it to Cecilia Dapa, whose Adapa came into public. You see, how do you mix these two things?
But Evangelist, don't you see this as something that will really tarnish the government of the NDC? I mean,
tarnish in what sense?
To send a slur into, because like people have the notion that Sammy Gyamfi just assumed office in 5 months and as CEO or
gold board, and he's giving
dollars, and now
very soon he will be giving gold. That's what the MPP are saying. My brother,
don't you think it will send some notion behind the minds of some Ghanaians?
You see, I understand your question and where you are coming from. So I have 3 things. In fact, I've spoken about one. That's the law. What law has Sammy Gyamfi breached? None. As we speak, the MPP busybodies have petition charge CID. It is their right, and then the institutions must also go into it. If there's anything, they find anything, we will hear. The next one is morality. Is it wrong to give in the first place? Is it wrong? Is there any law against giving? No law. So on the moral aspect, Sammy Gyamfi is cleared. Now the perception, that's where your question is coming from. You see, I can try as much as I can to let people see me as a good person, but how you see me is also I mean, you're right. I can try as much as possible as I can, but you still find faults with me. Do you understand? Somebody can even have problem with my colors I'm wearing. I can't control it. But there's a Bible quotation that I know that's where your question is also hinged on. Matthew 6 verse 3. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. That is secrecy, discretion, and all that. Do not sound a trumpet when you are giving. Sammy didn't do any of this that the Bible is talking about, that you should have that secrecy. In fact, he did it in secret, but he did not know somebody was capturing, and now it's in the public. Everybody can read any meaning into it, but those who are discerning will see that this is much ado about nothing. The MPP are just busybodies. They, for 5 months, they have nothing to show in opposition.
So 3 minutes.
Thank you. So let's run with this. But at the end of the day, the Ghanaian is discerning and can know right from wrong. And the reason why Sammy apologized was that, yes, I've given money. One, it is to Agrada. Agrada, many NDC people know what Agrada did to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and our campaign. Many. So if there's somebody who is angry in the NDC, I understand the person. Two, for the MPP, it is because it's Sammy Gyamfi. Let me give dollars today. It will not be news.
You give, so you are waiting.
Yes, it will not be news. It will not be news. It will not fly. Sammy Gyamfi is a headache to the MPP. In fact, he campaigned very well. Today, the MPP is in opposition, and we know the work Sammy Gyamfi did. So if Sammy Gyamfi coughs, like my brother is coughing this morning, For them, it will be news. Sami Gyamfi is coughing. Sami Gyamfi is coughing. Let's petition Siraj. Let's petition. Let them find out. Maybe he has been talking too much. That is why he is coughing and all that. My brother, we need to be serious as a country. There's more positive things that we can spend our energies on. Let us not allow the MPP to make us run as we are doing this one. There's nothing in what Sami Gyamfi did. He has apologized because of the perception. He cannot control. People are reading all sort of meanings. That he has he stolen money. So far, nothing shows that he has stolen any money. And my brother was saying the highest job Sami Gyamfi has done is to be as PRO for Exton Cubic. Sami Gyamfi is a lawyer. Hasn't my brother seen Sami Gyamfi going to court? I can show him pictures and videos. He's a lawyer. He works for Baba Ibrahim Mahama for so many years. Going into our elections, 2020, I was a candidate. Sami Gyamfi gave me money. Yes, we were in opposition. And I was not alone. Many parliamentary candidates can attest to this fact. Not too long ago, 2024, Sami Gyamfi gave communicators of 276 constituencies. Every communicator a motorbike. Today, that motorbike is around 12,000 cedis. My people in MPP didn't see anything wrong. Today he has given some few dollar notes and you have a problem. Shame on you.
Set. I'm sure probably maybe you will have some. But
you see,
I want to find out.
Let's
what
move to the next.
Yes, we'll be moving straight. We'll be moving straight to the next. But my last question on this, then we'll move to if Siraj, if the OSP fail to take any action or see nothing wrong with having what Sami Gyamfi did, what will be the next action of the minority?
If these institutions, we are believers of institutions, if the institutions conduct investigations into this act, then finds out that Sami Gyamfi has not violated any of the laws that we have stated, good to go. But at least why is Sami Gyamfi using foreign currency? That should be investigated. It violates the Currency Act, so it should be investigated. My brother is here saying that Sami Gyamfi has not stolen anyone's money. I asked, has he, since Cecilia Dapa's working experience from 1982, have we ever heard a singular corruption act that has had her name mentioned?
But said, fine. I was going to come to that. That Sami Gyamfi have not stolen anybody's money. Fine. And then with Cecilia Dapa, to have $1 million, we are not talking about her, but to have $1 million in your room, doesn't it?
No.
1 million.
No.
So to have,
I asked you a question. When we're talking about quantum, what law did Cecilia Dapa breached to have that money in her room?
Why not take them to the bank?
What law did she breached? Why did Sami Gyamfi do CDs? If you are asking why did Sami Gyamfi do CDs?
But these two incidents are two different.
What makes them different?
What makes them different is that Sami Gyamfi is giving a gift. With this one,
with dollars,
in dollars.
Yes,
in dollars.
Yes.
But with this, okay, even in America, okay, where the currency it's the dollar is their currency. Do you think it would be right and appropriate to have huge sum of dollars, not just dollars, euros? Remember in the Cecilia issue, it wasn't just.
Floyd Mayweather.
Euros.
You know Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Mayweather
is an American.
You are making an instance in America, and I'm telling you that Floyd Mayweather Jr. would sit in his private jet with dollars around him. But you are citing in America. What law did Cecilia Dapa breached for keeping that money in her room? We are talking about morality. If Sami Gyamfi is calling for morality, if he is calling from equity, then he should come with a clean hand. What prevented Sammy Gyamfi from giving Agrada cedis? Is he so superhuman or so powerful that he doesn't see value in our city but will spend dollars in this country?
People walk around sometimes.
Which people haven't seen them? You haven't seen any. It's Sammy Gyamfi that I've seen. No, you see, there is one irony that Evangelist made mention of that the NDC is going around with, that the dollar is, the city is gaining grounds against the dollar. Perfect thing. But there is no single product. We all know that the rate of our petroleum product has impact on goods and services on the market. The dollar is going down, the city is appreciating, but everything on the market is not going down. Why?
There have been calls by Guta.
Does
that need a call?
Government.
But
does that need a call?
Let's
do
go
we
to
know
the
that
next topic.
it is not the duty of government to really, ask traders to reduce
It's
prices?
deliberate.
You see,
the program.
it is a direct.
Let's move to the it's deliberate. If you can drag this 10, we are
No, you see, it has a direct correlation. That you go onto the market, the dollar rate is down. So eventually the amount that you spend in buying will be down. So when they come, they would what, sell at a lower price.
So I just wanted to find out, in fact, so after Shraj, if nothing is found against him,
nothing is found against him by Shraj, by Shraj, or they didn't conduct the investigation at all.
If they do,
and they say there is nothing against Sam Gyamfi, we have nothing against him.
What if they don't really handle your situation as you expected? Would you go further?
There are other avenues that we will still explore. We will still explore. You see, everybody is saying we will go to the Hague. We know that is their style. But we are just placing them on record. The last time about the CJ issue, I said it. I said that we are just placing them on record. We want the records to capture.
All right. I understand.
Thank you.
Set.
5 minutes.
All right. But there's also issues. Both this time is both in the NDC and MPP. Flag bearership positions. It's like 5 months aftermath of elections. Both the NDC and MPP and on both sides, secretaries are talking. And Fifi Kwete have come to speak. On the side of the MPP too, we've had the MPP releasing a statement through their secretary that in fact there are glimpses of both Kennedy Japan and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia trying to rather position themselves, hey, we are ready for the next 2028. And just as I asked this morning, is Ghana just turning into a country where we forget that after every elections there's governance, and that we need to sit and govern rather than thinking of the next elections? Are we always thinking of what will happen next, rather than seeing to the need that Ghanaians gave the mandate to either the MPP, the NDC to work? Now the NDC in power, we gave you the mandate to work. Rather than thinking of the aftermath of John Dramani Mahama, or probably with flag bearership on the ticket of both the NDP and the NDC. And this time, said, let me start with you. The defeat of the MPP, does it really send a scare into you? Don't you think it is very needful to sit, all right, and deal with situations? As to how it all started, 2016, going into the 2016 elections, the aftermath, the number of seats you won in parliament, 169, unprecedented, it had never happened, okay? And then later, it dwindled down, equating with the MPP, 137, NDC, 137, with one independent. And now, less than 100. Don't you think there are issues to deal with? The winning team as chairman must lead, sit down, deal with these situations than just giving him the headache of rather Kennedy Japan, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and even right now with the former Minister for Education, Honorable Educhum, also,
and even Brian Echampong,
in the whole thing, thinking of who leads the MPP next.
You see, the political party NPP going into the 2024 elections, we knew it was a very difficult election.
You knew?
Yes. Very difficult elections.
But you painted a picture that it was Agbina.
We didn't say it was Agbina.
Really?
We said we were going to do it. We said we were going to do it. But we knew it was a difficult election.
Chance around breaking the 8.
You don't go into an election and throw your hand up in despair even before you get into the battle. You don't do that.
Okay.
No one does that. We've gone into the election. We knew it was difficult, but we didn't know it was going to be this humiliating. Yes. After that, when you come into opposition, you don't have governance too, but you have a party too. So everyone in the party with ambition or without ambition is looking up to how do we take the party. One of the key things that the party needs to look at is leadership, from the polling station level through to the constituency, to region, then to national and flag bearership. So everyone who is concerned in the NPP is concerned about these things that I've talked about. Who will be my polling station executive? Who will be my electoral area coordinator? Who will be my constituency chairman or constituency executive? Who will be my regional executive? Who will be my national executive? Who will be the flag bearer? So those of us in the political party, those at the grassroots will be asking. Then people with ambition also felt that, okay, let's start doing something. Let's start gingering the grassroots, because after the elections, a lot of people felt
so why don't you sit and deal with those situations?
In dealing with those situations, some people feel that doing these things, some of these meetings will ginger the grassroots. You get the opportunity to talk to them. But in dealing with in this situation, it has culminated in the release of this. So it tells you that the leadership of the party are not sitting idle. They are sitting, they are meeting, they are thinking. That has brought about this communique that people should stop the meetings. The time for the meetings will come. I think nothing has happened that is out of this world. It is normal in the political space. You are citing an example of Fifi Kwete. You know, when you go to the NDC, now President John Mahama is projecting Julius Debra against the ambition of Esiedun Ketia.
Are you in their party?
Oh, we are political into the political space. Today, President John Mahama is projecting Julius Debra against the ambition of Esiedun Ketia. So he's whipping all the boys, all the even communicators in the party. He's whipping them to Julius Debra. So Evangelist, for instance, you see him beating Julius Debra against Esiedun Ketia.
But this morning he hasn't.
He hasn't this morning. Okay.
He didn't.
I've
not heard him this.
So the general secretaries of the two political parties have found it needful that at least let's give ourselves some space. Let these things die down.
No, but with yes, I understand. The NDC is governing. Okay. But in the case of the NDC, all right, the aftermath of John Mahama, okay, the kind of clouds John Mahama came with, all right, it's like if John Mahama is fading and after 2028 he's not coming again. So, well, I'm not saying probably maybe that's because they have a country to govern, so they should really concentrate. But for them, I think, well, in a way, they are really thinking of who comes next. And with the MPP too, just as I said earlier, with this humiliating defeat, don't you think you need to cover up some holes, deal with the situation first before you really come whitewash the party again and bring it out to Ghanaians that this time we are presenting a very
bro. I told you that one of the ways to whitewash the party, to get the party on its toes, is even these meetings. Let's ginger the base. It makes people, the grassroots, think, oh, okay, party no cry or the party has not died down. The morale of the party has not gotten down. For the MPP, we are in opposition, so we have less of governance to do. We are just providing oversight. So we are thinking of protecting, we are thinking of building, we are thinking of bringing up our party.
Yeah.
But the General Secretary and the National Executive felt that no, the tangent that the building is going too rapid. Yeah. So let's tune down. Even this Saturday, tomorrow, there was going to be a meeting by one aspirant, but it has been cancelled because of the communique that the General Secretary or the National Executives issued. I think all these things are for the betterment of the party. But for the NDC, they have a country to govern. They should stop the Julius Debra saying thing. We've not gotten there yet.
All right.
We are waiting for the Kenke to come to 3 cities.
Okay.
We are waiting for the dollar to get to the 7 cities that they promised, which it is going.
All right.
We are waiting for all those the items on the market. We are waiting for cement to get to the 34 cities that they said they will get to. But cement is hovering around 130 cities. We are begging them. Okay. They should stop these internal things and govern the country.
All right.
And we beg them. The kind of work that a Siedim Ketia has done for the party. John Dramani Mahama shouldn't do this. You know that? Do you know that if you are robbing for a position in the NDC now, and you are seen to be an affiliate or an appendage of a Siedim Ketia, you don't get. It is. Would
I earlier asked a question I in their party, but I'll be wrapping up so that
even with the MC list, all those who were seen as affiliate of a Siedim Ketia were rejected. We beg John Dramani Mahama. Siedim Ketia has done some for him.
How can you substantiate this? But I wouldn't want to. It's just.
Ask Evangelist. Evangelist will confirm.
I'm going to him.
Evangelist will confirm.
We're wrapping up so that.
So they should concentrate on governing. That is what we the Ghanaians have given them to. They should govern. After governance, they should bring their party. We are waiting for them.
All right.
For us, we have no governance too.
Yes.
So we are thinking of managing our party.
With what Seth is saying this morning, yes, your party has just won elections 5 months into power. Why would your party have plans of internal elections, and why would it start so early like this?
Thank you, Paparo. Let me give this piece of advice to our brothers in the MPP. Whilst they were in power, they made it difficult for Ghanaians to even listen to them. Now in opposition, they are making it even more difficult for us to listen to them. Please, don't give them too much time. Don't give them too much time. You give them too much time and people get bored. Let me extend greetings to Mr. Isaac Akosa. He's listening. And then Mr. Aweneme Yakubu. He's also enjoying. But they said anytime the MPP starts, they tune off. And they keep asking me, is it done through WhatsApp? Yes. Senior, in the NDC, we have a system that God has blessed us with. At any given time, the next leader emerges. At any given time. Look at our history. We do not struggle when it comes to having leaders. Today, it is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama who is the president. All the names they are mentioning, which of them is meeting anybody anywhere? Then they mention the name of our national chairman, Honorable Johnson Esiedun Ketia, General Mosquito, champion chairman. He is our chairman. NDC, we have leaders. And then they mentioned the name of Honorable Julius Debra. He is the chief of staff of Ghana today. These are determined people who are focused on ensuring that your life, my life, becomes better. And in fact, that is exactly what they have shown us these past months. My brother is complaining about Kenke and all that. And he was talking about cement. Today, the dollar is coming down and down and down. They are not happy. These are Ghanaians who we gave them 8 years. They messed the economy up. For the MPP, they are having a leadership crisis. I have said time and time again that the biggest problem of the MPP is leadership. Today, who is the leader in the MPP?
Their party chairman.
One single person, their party chairman. That's according to their constitution. And you are right. But when was the last time you heard of the chairman? When was the last time you heard of their party chairman talking as a leader that he is? When was the last time? It has always been Nana B, their national organizer. It has been JFK. It has been Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Their thank you tour that turned bloody. That they started shooting and stabbing people, shedding blood. Did you hear their national chairman talking? The last time was a statement that he has abandoned the thank you tour.
He didn't abandon it.
What has he done?
He said
spokesperson.
No, I'm not a spokesperson.
No, when you start, the moment you start speaking for somebody, you are directly or indirectly a spokesperson. What did he say? He has abandoned their thank you tour.
The word
their bloody.
I don't want you to.
Oh, Charlie, if you leave something, what have you done?
He left it to attend something.
Left. Thank you. I will borrow your word. Left.
To attend to something.
When you leave something to attend to another, what have you done to that thing you left? It's English. Let's do it. You have abandoned it. And for the MPP, we have heard through this thank you tour. For me, I say, and I'll repeat, it was all a grand scheme to project Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Dr. 38.2%, just to project him. And they intentionally invited Kennedy Akompre-Ako and co. And in that plan was that they will maltreat the followers of Kennedy Akompre-Ako. And that is exactly what happened. And Kennedy had to abandon their thank you tour. That one too, when you say he left to attend to something else, he abandoned them. Now, when was the last time you heard of their so-called bloody thank you tour? When was the last time? They have also abandoned it, and every day they are holding one press conference to the other, moving about. When are you having your next demonstration? Seto. MPP Aguyo, MPP Aguyamutu, Kojo to. They are suffering from leadership paralysis.
Now, of the NDC that is having the power now.
Yes.
We give you the mandate to govern.
And we are governing.
You are. But don't you see that as a distraction to his...
Where is it from? For me, this is something I saw, I think, a month or two ago on Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa's page. And he had aligned people and given percentages. Musa Dankwa is a poster. He has his right to do his business. However he did it, did you see NDC giving any credence to it? No. It died. It is the MPP that, I think yesterday, their JFK, their General Secretary has issued a directive, which I know will not go anywhere. JFK wants to also project himself. All that they are doing, everybody is talking. Confusion all over the place. They are all thinking about their future, the next election. Next year, they are starting their process of electing their polling station executives, they will go to the electoral area, they will go to the constituencies, and then in the next 2 years, they will elect their flag bearer. So let's allow them to do all that. Let them destroy themselves. It's a democratic process. Let them go through it. NBC will come out with our timetable next year. We will also go through these same processes, but today we have a nation to govern. What the listener wants to hear today is the price of goods and services coming down. And I will call on my brothers and sisters, my fathers, my mothers who are into business. Whenever the dollar went up under the NPP,
you'll be wrapping up with
yes. Whenever the dollar went up under the NPP, they increased prices of goods and services. Whenever the dollar went up, petrol prices, diesel went up. Today, dollar is coming down, petrol is coming down, diesel is coming down. It must reflect their excuse of the fact that they imported their goods when the dollar was being exchanged for 16.2 under Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the head of the economic mismanagement team. In as much as they are right today, if they sell their wares pegging it at 16.2, when they are going to exchange their CD into dollar for the next import, they are going to get more dollars.
Well,
I beg them. Should we even get to a point of begging them?
Well,
truck drivers, commercial drivers,
about dollars, you know.
Commercial drivers, please reduce it. Don't tell us it's not only petrol. We all know spare parts is being imported with the dollar. This same dollar is coming down. What is your excuse? Let the Ghanaian feel for the MPP. Left to them alone. They will use cement price. I know cement price will soon come down. Whatever they are calling the ebro, corn, kenke, and all that, it will come down. In fact, the Greek minister is doing fantastically well.
When is Cocoa getting to the
Even national service, go and see our farms. National service, go and see. Cocoa prices by September will go up.
My time is up.
Go up
to 6,000.
You will be in opposition for a very long time.
I want to know if
we gave you the mandate.
All to my time.
You could not deliver. You gave us hell. You gave the Ghanaian hell. Today,
thank you for coming, Evangelist Richard Pra. And
not your opposition.
It's been very wonderful. Right here on Ultimate 106.9. But before we draw the curtain down on this morning's edition of a cup of tea, Kumawuma World Bank is calling within 24 hours. Get yourself a loan in less than 24 hours. Right at Kumawuma World Bank. Are you a businessman? Are your goods stocked at the ports? All you need to do is call us on 050-166-9243. And definitely come sit with us, do business with us. Come in groups as business women and come for your loan. Or individuals, do you work? Again, you can also come if you're a government worker with your pay slip. And definitely we will sit you down and negotiate with you. The Hugh Confanochi project is still on. I've told you all you need to do is contribute your quota for your name to be written in gold. Walk to any Fidelity Bank branch or probably dial star 776 star 1955 hash or 0544195525. Let's contribute our quota. Help in putting Confanochi back in its old stage. Tabia Herbal products. We've got Tabia Herbal Mixture, Tabia Zenica, Tabia Herbal Capsules, and Tabia Takum. All these products from Tabia Herbal. Charlie, what do this do? Tabia Takum, if you're a man and you really need to work and work hard, then definitely during the night duties, Tabia Takum is ready to help. Tabia Herbal Mixture for malaria, and it boosts your immune system as well. All you need to do is walk to any pharmaceutical or herbal shop across the country, and you're good to go. Just as I said, you can call 0243686861 or 0245749206. Irene Bolt at 32 Enterprise. Irene Bolt, dealers in all kinds of towels, both floor towels and wall towels, polished or rough, quality security doors, all at Irene Bolt.
The hand of the Lord in your life. He can do it. He can do it.
Quality Turkish doors, China doors. Locate Irene Bolt at Kumasi Kochi off Obuasi Road opposite Goil Filling Station. At Achuma Buffet also in Kumasi, or call us on 0241-109548 or 0243-6731. In Accra at West Hills Mall, Kaswa Road near West Hills Mall. That's where you can locate Irene Bolt Enterprise. All too soon, my time is up. This is where we're going to draw the curtain down on this morning's edition of Cup of Tea Radio on Ultimate 106.9. I'm sure you enjoyed every bit of this morning's edition of Cup of Tea Radio on Ultimate 106.9.
Do it better for you. Far more than you can think that he will ever do.
Enjoying the curtain down this morning. A very big thank you to my main man, Nam One.
Hold on to your faith, your confession, all the days of your life, and you will see the hand of the Lord.
Thank you for that quality, exceptional production. Well, let's meet on Monday, but for now, thank you for doing the listening. I'm out.
Hold on to your faith, your
Au revoir.